What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dad's Expensive Hobby.
What's up?
Today we are taking a look at the SH Figuarts Super Hero Goku, everybody's second favorite base form Goku. Last week a subscriber sent me a message and asked me to review this, and I'm sorry it took me till the end of this week to get it done, but I've been kind of busy with work and other things. But here we are. Classic superhero boxing that they did with the gold background with all of them and kind of the silvery gold lettering on the outside of the box and a nice picture of Goku on the front. But that's enough about this thing's box. Let's get him out of the box and take a closer look at him. All right. Right out of the box, looking nice. I can tell his skin tone is a little bit different than the other base form Gokus that we've got, but we'll look at that more here in just a second. Just like all the 2.0 Gokus, we got to see how tall he is so we can basically find out they're all the same height. He is 16 centimeters tall. I did this kind of backwards this time, which would make the entire figure 6 inches tall, which is exactly like all the other 2.0 Gokus. We're not going to go into super in-depth with all his articulation and stuff because it's all the same. We're basically going to look at his aesthetic. So let's start out with his hair. Hair sculpt looks really good. Not that much different than the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku's hair sculpt. If you can see that right here next to each other, they are virtually the same. And let me adjust the camera just a little bit. There we go. They both look almost exactly alike. This one's actually got a little bit more of a matte finish on the hair than the Saiyan Raised on Earth. Let's look at his face. It's a little sharper and got a little bit more distinct lines around the eyes than the Superhero Goku, but we'll compare them more here in a little bit. Lighter orange, and I like this look for the gi. And it's got some nice shading. Not all of it is 100% like purposeful, I guess you would say, but it all looks pretty good. He's got some reddish orange shading right here in the armpits for it, right here in the abdomen around the belt, and the shading around the bottoms of the gi pants legs looks pretty darn good. I actually kind of like it. I like the lighter orange with the darker shading on. I think that looks pretty good. Standard Bandai, nothing on the back, but what are you gonna do?
You get nothing.
Other than that, all the paint in the usual places, like the chest and right here on the cuffs of the caps of the sleeves, all look good. The paint on the boots for this figure looks good. I have no problem with it whatsoever. But other than that, the aesthetic is a 2.0 Goku. Let's look at his accessories really quick. Sorry, I'm having some camera malfunctions. It keeps wanting to fall over. Nothing different than any other 2.0 Goku. It's the same usual crap. Goodness gracious, sorry gang. We get this kind of serious with just a hint of a smirk face on him in the package, and we also get 3 other looks for him. We get this plain old serious look with him kind of looking up and to his left, and I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to adjust the camera one more time, then I'm going to absolutely lose my cool. There we go.
It's not that hard.
And he gets this kind of freaked out look face with him. The eyes are real big. I kind of like it. It's kind of reminiscent of that one faceplate with the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, except it's just not with a smile that everybody actually didn't like, but I kind of liked it. And he gets this mouth open yelling face, and I think it looks pretty good. Those eyes are real big and stuff. I like that one a lot. And then he gets, 9 hands on him, fist hands on him in the package, and then a typical Goku spread of hands back there. He's got the proctology finger, and then 2 kung fu grip hands, 2 style pose hands, and then 2 wide open like blast hands. Nothing out of the ordinary for that. This Goku though, I like it, and I want to take before we move on to his articulation and some comparisons, I want to show you what I'm talking about with the skin tone. Here's the Saiyan Raised on Earth in my right hand. Do you see the difference in skin tone there? I like the skin tone on the Saiyan Raised on Earth, but I also kind of like it on the superhero. I like it on the superhero more when the superhero is by itself. When you put it next to this skin tone right here, it looks a little gaunt and a little, not gray, not as gray as like the Dragon Ball Super future Trunks. That figure was just gray. But this figure right here, and the Vegeta, let me grab him real. The superhero Vegeta are just a little gaunt looking. Vegeta's not quite as bad as Goku, but this Goku is a little gray looking. And I don't know if that bothers anybody else. If you checked out my Lowest Born Saiyan review, you know what I'm talking about. When I put this head on that, actually let's just swap these heads really quick. Let's put the superhero head on the Saiyan raised on Earth body. Real quick, do you see do you see that different? How stark that is? His skin tone is super gray, and I've always kind of wondered why they went with that like that. Did he look gray in the movie? I haven't watched the superhero movie in a hot minute to remember if that's actually what he looked like or not. But anyways, let's compare him to some other figures really quick. Sorry, I'm kind of jumping all over the place. But here he is with the Saiyan raised on Earth Goku, and little differences as far as how deep of a V he gets in his gi top, and the shades of orange that you get and the shades of blue. But they both look really good. Here he is with the superhero Vegeta. Ooh, and while I've got these, if you're looking to buy these, check out Best Buys. I have seen these in a handful of different Best Buys if you're looking to get these. Best Buy seem to have it in stock. But they look really good next to each other. And be on the lookout for my Superhero Vegeta video coming next, because that same subscriber asked for a video out of him as well. Here he is next to Superhero Piccolo, and I think the heights work pretty well there, and I like the look of Superhero Piccolo. He is a really good figure, in my opinion. And lastly, here he is next to his son, Superhero Gohan, or Ultimate Gohan, as I should say. And this is such an awesome figure. If you haven't checked out my video on Ultimate Gohan, check it out. I might do another one just to take a second look at him. That way I can really showcase how awesome he is. But all those comparisons look really good. Let me slide these out of the way. For articulation, we're going to move him around just a little bit, because this is a 2.0 Goku. There is nothing different under the sun with him. His head will move around a little bit, and that's because he's on a ball hinge.
Son of a bitch!
Just like all the other 2.0 Gokus, and that is a letdown. They function, they work. I've had people say, well, they do work. Yeah, they work, but just not as good. You got to fight with it sometimes. Shoulders will come out to about right there with, no difficulty. The butterfly really doesn't work. He has an ab crunch that's acceptable, doesn't look disgusting. He'll lean back. This particular figure will lean back pretty well, and you could tilt him and all that good stuff. He's on a ball peg in the waist, so you can move that around and twist it. 2.0 Goku hips. Not a big bunch of split, but this is actually not a bad example for a 2.0 Goku. He will front kick really well. No booty on him, so he will do a gymnast split with zero problem. Got a thigh twist. Double jointed knee that functions really well. No boot swivel. And then awful double ball pegged ankles that are crappy, and I really just don't like them. But I'm not going to completely hold that against this figure, because all of them have that. So that's up, which is pretty much neutral. That's down, which has a big gap. Looks like his foot's getting chopped off. And it has some fake ankle rocker on it. And a toe hinge that makes me want to vomit.
Help me!
But anyways, that is all I've got as far as articulation is concerned for Superhero Goku here. Final verdict on Superhero Goku. He's a good example of a 2.0 Goku. I like him. I'm glad. Do you need him? Not necessarily, but he's a $35 figure. He's a budget release for the Dragon Ball figures. So go ahead and pick him up. I mean, I recommend him. Go ahead and pick him up. You get a nice, $35 Bandai release spread of accessories. He does look good, and he moves just like every other 2.0 Goku. I will give him, he's a B. He's above average for a 2.0 Goku. Plenty of room for improvement, but that's mostly engineering. That's pretty much all I've got for Superhero Goku here. I say buy him. Him and Superhero Vegeta are at in stock in Best Buys right now. So go out there and get him. If you have not subscribed, pause the video, scroll down, click subscribe, give us a like, give us a comment. And with all that said, this has been Dad with Dad's Expensive Hobby, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.